Pat not going to show up to his own pros versus Joes draft. He's messaging me with the link. I sent you the link, Pat. I sent you the link. It's in the DM with Davis, Pat. Let's go here. Let's get in the mind of Pat Kerrane. Here for his pros versus Joes draft. I'm back from vacation and I'm getting ghosted. What do we think Pat does here? Oh, there you are. Welcome to your own draft.
Yeah, thanks, man. Appreciate it.
I'm actually worried about I got the draft board pulled up because I was worried about your internet being able to handle the draft and streaming tonight.
Yeah, that's a very fair concern. Trying to decide what to do here as we trek along already. Draft picks are flying in.
Davis has to take Kelsey here, right? Oh no, Kelsey's gone. Okay, I knew it would be a Chief. I
think this is a tough spot. Like the 8th spot, I don't really love.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see what happens here. So Davis took Hill. Interesting. Yeah.
Yep. You basically can go any direction you want as far as depending on what Danny does here. Waller at tight end, Diggs. Yeah. Waller, Diggs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Waller this year is kind of in that range. Last year, remember how we had no Michael Thomas shares because he was always going in that like 1.7, 1.8 range and we just never got him. That's how Waller's felt this year. So this is the sweet spot for it.
I don't really have a lot of Waller, and I feel like, especially in best ball, really sets you up with the right construction. You don't have to worry about tight end. I don't want to be having to chase tight end later.
Yeah. Especially in the 18 rounds, tight end premium. I mean, I like doing it on underdog. I mean, much less here at 1.5.
Yeah.
It just frees you up so much.
Yeah. Yeah, I think, there's a chance that Kittle gets back, but I think because of the best ball structure, like in the main event, Kittle often does get back to that spot, in which case I'd rather go Diggs and then grab Kittle. But I don't think Kittle comes back here because of the best ball structure.
Dude, I could already tell you're going to have a fun draft. We got Najee Harris going at 11, Zeke at pick 2. You're going to have a fun draft.
There goes Kittle, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So Tags takes Kittle there.
You're going to have an interesting choice here because there is a little bit of a teardrop once Diggs goes. And then I know there's a couple running backs that are going to be enchanting to you here as well.
Yeah. You've picked up on that, Pete?
Yes.
Like I've been subtle about no, I haven't been subtle.
Well, considering we've never not made a draft decision together, you would think we would be kind of know what with each other we're thinking.
Yeah. Well, the thing about, this running back thirst that we're seeing right here, we know that the FFPC is generally running back thirsty. Sometimes with the pros versus Joes, it looks like it might change the room a little bit, but this almost seems to have like made it more running back thirsty, if anything.
Yeah, for sure.
There goes Nick Chubb. Stephon Diggs goes one pick.
Diggs goes. That would have been such a dream for Diggs to fall there. God.
So what would you do here if you were in my spot?
I really love, I've been talking about this with our main event teams. I love the running back tight end start. And so I would be looking at Gibson here probably.
Yeah, I think I'm looking at Gibson or Ridley.
Yeah, Ridley's interesting. I think, you can already tell this room it looks like it's skewing more running back heavy than even a typical main event draft room, which I think is something to adapt to as well.
So far, it very much is.
Yeah.
All right, so Aaron Jones goes. I'm going to take Gibson here. That gives me a really nice construction.
It allows you to now just make the best possible pick at every round without having to reach for, because in best ball, like you can't just crank like 7 running backs like we did in the main event, like when you punt after that.
No, it's a lot of opportunity cost because those wide receivers can slot into lineup in best ball, and a lot of those running backs are going to be zeros. I mean, that's the whole reason to pump the running backs in the main event, is that you're just hoping to hit a couple home runs, and those roster spots that you end up churning out are kind of an advantage in a way. You know who to cut.
Yeah. What do we think Davis does here? CEH?
I think CEH. Yeah, he took CEH. Yeah.
Yeah. That was too easy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that start for sure.
I do too. That's a good start. He's got to be pumped about that. I think CH is his most owned guy.
Yeah. You know, he's got the Lance Turbis Chief sheet out.
The Chief sheet. Yeah, for those who don't know, we Sports Betting Man on Twitter, when the year that Mahomes broke out, we were giving him crap. Not really crap. We were just laughing about how many Chiefs he took, which was maybe the sharpest draft in retrospect of like the whole main event that year.
Yes, Sam. So this is it's 18 rounds instead of the 20 for the main event. It's their format for their best ball slim. So same as the $125 tournament. But yeah, 18 rounds, tight end premium. Otherwise, pretty standard.
How have you been handling this group of wide receivers at the turn right here?
Honestly, I've just been mixing and matching. I've been trying to get as many. I was doing a ton of like Diggs, Ridley combos because they play each other in week 17, which was attractive for the big tournaments, but trying to get every flavor of those guys. What about you?
I feel like I've been sort of trying to get my exposure up to everyone, but like DK is the easiest to get. He has the earliest ADP. So you can talk yourself into the other guys coming back.
Oh
so
my God.
DK.
David Montgomery in the second. Did I miss
what
something?
What is happening?
Did I miss something?
I guess what you're missing is this is best ball, and people that I think there's like 4 people here at least that want to go hyper fragile.
God, you! Oh my God, you and Davis are gonna rake.
I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying this draft, Pete.
Wow, I mean, even in the main events, Montgomery's going what? He generally goes in the 5th, right?
I think so. I mean,
he's not going before like ETN and Javonte Williams. I mean, the testosterone coming from Bob Lung right now is just, it's intense. Is Bob Lung the counselor? He might be the counselor.
He might be. Big G. That's the dash there. You can't see it, but it says Big G. Okay. What pick? We're missing a pick here.
There might just be like a slight delay on it.
God, David Montgomery at the 211. What a beautiful thing.
That's just crazy, man. Yeah, I have no words. Like I'm trying to come up with something like I don't even know what it would be. I'm trying. Okay, and J.K. Dobbins. Okay, this is the most high testosterone start I think I've ever seen in my life.
This is the most fun I've ever had.
I like that start from Strummer there. McCaffrey, Jefferson, Brown, definitely the way to compound your 101 advantage.
So this is the problem with drafting with Davis Mattek. There's like a 0.0 flat
CD.
0 chance that CD gets to me.
No, he's taking CD Lamb.
There's no chance in hell
He
that I can
he only has one player in his queue right now, and it's CD Lamb.
It's CD Lamb.
He literally does not know what to do if CD Lamb goes here.
The only other player he might consider taking is Dak Prescott.
Davis is like smashing it on he's on the elliptical right now.
I guess that's unfair to Davis. If he was taking quarterback, it'd probably be Mahomes for the stack. All right. So
I love how we could guess every one of Davis's picks.
Yeah, we could just draft for Davis and he'd be very happy with it. Well, okay. So there's kind of there's like a little mini tier break for me here at the wide receivers. Where are you at in this group?
There's 2 names. I think I like
Keenan was the guy I wanted.
Okay. I like both McLaurin and Robinson.
I think I'm going to go Robinson.
Yeah.
Although, should I go McLaurin for the Washington?
Yeah. I don't even know if I like love that correlation to go out of my way. I would just draft your favorite.
I'm going to grab Robinson.
Yeah. Robinson also sets you up for Fields later too, which is nice.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. Starting to set up stacks. McLaurin I like too. It's to me the reason I've been breaking ties towards Robinson partly because you get the Fields stack set up, who I like that a lot better than Fitz. But then the other thing is I just think Robinson's really, really good. And I know McLaurin's good too. Like no one's bad in the third round. But Robinson, if Fields is awesome, like he could be a smash.
I will say Robinson's ADP is held, but like no one is really talking up Allen Robinson. Like no one's slobbering over Allen Robinson like they are CeeDee Lamb. And what has been the narrative for Allen Robinson his whole career? Like, what if he got a quarterback? What if he got a really good quarterback? It's like, don't we think he has a really good quarterback now?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Keenan is the guy, though. I think Keenan, there's a little bit of a tier break. It's like Keenan, I think, belongs with A.J. Brown, DK Metcalf, and Lamb. I would have him after all those guys. But I think you could make an argument that he should go ahead of Lamb.
Yeah.
If Amari Cooper was fully healthy, I think Keenan should go ahead of Lamb.
Yeah. I believe you were just saying you do have Keenan ahead of.
I do have Keenan over. Yeah. Keenan, like he played through that injury. It hurts his numbers a little bit, but he had like, I think it was 19.9 points per game. If you throw that game out, his yards per out run just below 2. If you throw that game out, he was really good last year. And that's like a big ceiling, to just like sit back in the middle of third round and get a guy who might score 20 points a game. Like that's gigantic. So I'm a pretty big fan of Keenan Allen.
Yeah, he's not as fun to click as CeeDee Lamb is, but he's great.
Yeah. Yeah, and Andrew's talking about how he was playing with a rookie quarterback last year.
Yeah.
Which I think is another thing that we're not necessarily thinking about enough with Keenan. Like we're excited about Allen Robinson because his quarterback play is going to improve, but Keenan Allen's quarterback play may improve as well, just as sort of the natural progression of Justin Herbert. And in a new offense, I mean, there's a little bit of volatility there. I'm not like 100% sold on Lombardi as an OC, but there's certainly upside.
And they really
Anthony Lynn was incredibly good or anything.
Yeah, and it's like, I don't know, if anything, I guess it depends on how good Palmer is, but it's like what's his face? Jared Cook is going to be less of a target magnet than even Hunter Henry was. And Mike Williams is Mike Williams. Like there's no reason to have a downtick in potential targets for Keenan heading into this year.
Yeah. Oh, Andrew was saying he was worried. The stat is sort of a bear stat for Allen Robinson. I don't know. I mean, to me, it's the context. Like Allen Robinson had Mitch Trubisky and Nick Foles, and like any competent quarterback is a improvement no matter what year they're in.
Yeah.
Andy Dalton does not count. If Andy Dalton plays half the season, then I should have taken McLaurin.
So I know who you want here.
Yeah. No secret. No secret to the ship chasing regulars who I want here. Who I want if he's gone is a little bit harder to say.
Godwin's still available.
Yep. You know what I've been doing? I've been reaching a lot for Tyler Lockett.
Really?
Yeah. I really like him.
Yeah.
I think he sets you up well for the Russ stack. You don't need DK necessarily for that. Russ is easy to backdoor with Everett and Eskridge, and then you get Lockett.
Who do you like more between Tyler Lockett and Cooper Kupp? Those are often, they have almost identical ADPs on Underdog.
I kind of prefer Lockett in a vacuum, but Kupp is harder for me to get. So I've tended to take Kupp when I have the chance to get Kupp. Because Lockett, I mean, tends to, when I say reach, I mean, Lockett might go 503 if I don't take him.
Yeah.
Which I won't be taking him because I'm taking DJ Moore.
There you go. That was as predictable as Davis taking CeeDee Lamb there.
Yeah.
Man, this, I I think this board is going to break very nicely for you.
Well, so we've got Team 9 doing a hyperfragile, Team 2 doing a hyperfragile. But the thing is, like, are these hyperfragile drafts or are they robust drafts?
Yeah.
That's the real question. Because if they're hyperfragile drafts, like, these teams could be pretty good.
Dave, we have a message from Davis. Fucking knew you were going to take Gibson. Davis, we knew you were going to take every one of your picks.
Yeah. All right. Oh, we didn't call Davis taking Chris Godwin.
Oh, yeah, we should have. Sorry. I know we messed on that one.
Yeah.
I would have assumed Godwin, I think.
I think Godwin's.
Oh, actually, no. If I would have looked at it, I would have guessed Woods. I would have thought he still had some lingering love. He's like,
no, Woods is gone.
Oh, Woods is gone. Okay. All right.
But I should have let you do the Davis impression.
Dude, now that Akers is gone, they're going to give Woods so many jet sweeps.
Thank you for still doing it.
Yeah. Davis was invited to come on this show.
Yeah, he was. He said he's out and about. So what is your draft tomorrow at 8 too?
Tomorrow at 9.
Tomorrow at 9. Okay.
Yeah.
What spot are you at? Do you know?
Yeah, I got the 103, which I like.
That's all right. That's the 103 in these is actually pretty nice.
Yeah. And Mojo had posted the ADP so far, and Kelsey has definitely held as the 103. I think there was one draft and then this one where he went 104.
Kelsey?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I'd rather have the 103 than the 102. Just let the
let the board decide. Yeah.
Yeah. Would you take Kelsey 102 in this?
That's a really good question. I think I still probably take Cook.
Interesting. Little promo here for NBC Sports Edge. Good football show. I am debating, not with Davis, but with John Daigle. We're going to be debating CEH versus Gibson on Tuesday, 2:30.
I'm going to be there, right?
You're going to be there. You're going to be helping moderate this. I'm calling it a debate. Daigle's been calling it a fight.
Dude, so. I forgot to. I was actually getting attacked until Denny showed up. Like, I was getting lots of comments from Reeves, Thorman, and Daigle this past weekend about me being the zero running back. Lots of digs about me never drafting a running back. I felt left out until Denny showed up. Yeah,
that's so what was the dynamic once Denny was there? Did they kind of shift over to Denny, or were you kind of lumped together with Denny?
I think we kind of just reached across the aisle. We acknowledge that there's good people on both sides. Yeah. Dallas Goedert, I mean, wow.
This is why you are happy to get Waller at 8, right? Like,
yeah,
you don't have to worry about doing that.
Exactly. And that, yeah.
Montgomery and Goddard within the first 4 picks wouldn't be how I'd start.
No, it wouldn't be.
That's just not what I would have done.
Yeah, it's a good thing we're not playing the Mr. X drinking game with Mr. Lung.
Mike Davis. Leone. Pour one out for Leone's boy.
All right. I started praising David Strummer too soon.
Now Leone just DM'd me and says he's like, who's at 1? This draft is
I love it. I was listening to you and Davis talking about how Leone drafts this super sharp team and then just like sneaks Mike Davis on it as if none of us are gonna notice.
I hate it. He snuck Mike Davis onto this excellently structured team that actually like uses Mike Davis in an intelligent way. And then we all have to be like, nice draft, Leone. Like, what a bastard.
I can't. I've listened to some like good arguments. I thought Gretsch and Leone had a good discussion about Mike Davis on their projections pod. I just can't see it. It just seems like the most fragile situation in all of fantasy sports.
I can't. Yeah, it's so fragile. It's like exactly what you want to avoid. Like everything. And the like, I can't tell you even exactly why like you shouldn't trust it. It's just like it's just the classic thing that's like, don't trust this. It's just blinking red.
Yep.
Because it's so easy to project, and this guy has never done anything in his entire career to deserve the projection that we're going to give him. And like the team is also not like talking like, yeah, we're going to feed Mike Davis. Like they're just kind of quietly going about their business. Like this could be the Dolphins. They might have other plans.
Yeah, and I just don't even know how you. What is the Falcons? Do you know their implied or their Vegas odds for their win total?
I don't know it off the top of my head, but it's got to be like 6 or 7.
Yeah, I mean, so I don't know. And then you're really, I guess you're now forecasting him in the full down bell cow role where he's playing on all the passing downs as well when they're down.
Yeah.
I just can't do it.
Nick asking about Javian Hawkins. I like Javian Hawkins. I've been trying to take him on underdog when I get like Ridley, and I have been doing some Matt Ryan with an elite quarterback. I think he's cheap enough where you can do him as kind of a nice quarterback too. And then I try to take Javian Hawkins on those builds as like a little, mini correlation dart throw guy, because I think he could catch some passes.
Davis is going to break your heart here.
I know it.
No, he did. Oh, he took Lockett.
All right. Well, then this guy better not break my heart.
Let's see. This guy, Danny could break your heart.
Oh, don't break my heart, Danny.
Was that an Irish accent? Oh, Danny, don't break my heart.
Don't break my heart, Danny boy.
I know you took Mark Andrews, but please don't take my guy T. Higgins.
Just give me T. That's all I'm asking you, Danny.
Oh, just
no!
God
damn it,
Danny Mueller.
What do I do here, Pete? I think I got to take. Take Brandon Ayuk.
Yeah.
Right.
I think that works.
I'm not sure what else I got.
Yeah.
I think I just moved right to Ayuk.
Ayuk looks good.
Oh, Danny Mueller.
Danny. I remember when you were just a wee lad and you used to draft running backs here. You've changed. You've grown up. You've matured.
Oh, my God. That was heartbreaking.
I forgot one of the pillars of our community is of Irish descent. I hope we haven't offended you, Drico.
Oh, Drico, I'm sorry for these horrible accents.
Your Irish accent is pretty good. It's pretty good.
Let's let Drico decide if it's pretty good. I don't think it's actually pretty good.
All right, little wide receiver run here.
Should I have taken Thielen? Should I have just gotten a little old man on there and taken Thielen?
I mean, do you hate fun?
I think Thielen's pretty decent value there. I would, if someone said that I should have taken Thielen, I'd be open to that point.
Draco so triggered. Whoa, Noah Fant in the 5th. This is why you grab your tight ends early, folks.
That's right. All right, so
yeah.
Just looking what else there is. There hasn't been much of a quarterback run, but I'm not set up for any of these quarterbacks.
No. I like your wide receiver options here.
Yeah. I think there's going to be a guy like...
You mean the guy we've been drafting in every main event draft in this exact same spot? I think there's a guy I like. Yeah, I think I know that too, Pat.
Yeah,
let's just not have the Jalen Reagor, Justin Jefferson snafu again this year.
Let's avoid that. I think we're doing a better job of kind of mixing the exposures a little bit.
Are we?
Well, I'm not on my under. The underdog exposures went down for like 3 days, and then I think I got a little out of control when I couldn't check, just hammering the same guys. All right. Come on.
Yeah. My fear would be just always hammering Ayuk and Claypool, and then, maybe missing on the Odell or Galladay. They're obviously gone. Maybe Judy is that second year breakout. Just like making sure that we're not too overconfident in Ayuk and Claypool as much as I like them.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, part of it is that I don't want as much of Ayuk as I have.
Yeah.
I'm going pretty heavy Ayuk because I keep getting sniped on T. Higgins. Who
I
really want. T. Higgins, I want him to be the Jalen Reagor overexposed guy, and I can't get enough. All right, I'm going to take Chase Claypool here.
Yeah, I know it. Brandon Ayuk has turned into the ultimate T. Higgins consolation prize for us.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that can be a little dangerous because there's things with Ayuk too. He sets you up for Lance. And one thing I like about this is I'm set up now for Lance or Field, so I don't have to force that rookie. But there's reasons to like Ayuk in terms of I like him better than the guys going just after him. I want a wide receiver there. He sets me up nicely for Lance. But none of those are actually reasons to be bullish on his chances of breaking out this year, which I do like. But then there's all these other things that make me like him more that are just based on the environment. And so I do think that Ayuk has I'm a little bit nervous about him for those, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's not just me making a decision. I want to be super heavy on this guy because of his profile. It's a little bit of the environmental factors. Where with Gibson, I'm pretty heavy on, and that's I'm making a bet on Gibson. I'm happy to make a bet on Gibson.
A lot of people in the chat were pushing for Javonte Williams or ETN with that pick. I mean, we've talked about this a lot if you've listened to the minisodes and all this stuff, but the least important spot on your roster is running back 2. And Pat is racing to get as much firepower at wide receiver. The whole point of taking Waller and Gibson there is it frees you up to absolutely smash at the flex with wide receivers. And it's just those points aren't necessary there. You're giving up too much, I think, at your flex if you take the detour for Javonte Williams there.
Yeah, I mean, that's actually for the FFPC. Those are good prices, though. Javonte Williams and ETN. They tend to go in the mid-fifth in the main event. So.
Well, when David Montgomery and Mike Davis go the second and fourth, they're going to fall.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm pretty comfortable not taking the running back there, but if Claypool was gone, I think that would have been a fine pivot.
Yeah, I don't know.
Heartbreaker. It's about to come our way. You know who Davis is picking.
Yeah,
7.
So I understand what you're saying here from in a vacuum, but structurally, I think I still prefer Gibson Claypool. But this was the 2v2 you had, Pat.
Yeah, I mean that's an interesting 2v2. What I would say is, I guess one, ETN doesn't tend to fall here,
no.
So you can't really plan for that 2v2. I'm looking at Leone's board, which I had up. Javonte won in the 5th, ETN won at 5-12. So it's not like those guys are readily available. Both of them are usually gone by that pick. And then the other thing is that because it's best ball in those early weeks really count, and I can't pick up guys off the waivers and stream, for the first couple weeks and wait for Javonte and ETN to really come on. I think I still prefer the Gibson side.
And that's why I like the running back tight end start, is because you are paying for that flexibility. And we like ETN and Williams. I think they're the best bets there for that kind of 5th, 6th round running backs if you're going to make one. But like you said, we see in these drafts sometimes they could all be gone. And then what you're left with is, okay, now I'm cranking yellow continually. The running backs continue to get pushed up. And then you're really in spray and pray mode. So I just think it gives you so much flexibility in these rounds, and you could still scoop a guy if he really fell past value.
Right. Yeah, exactly. I want the flexibility.
Yep. It is interesting to compare the like main event in Football Guys ADPs to the pros versus Joes in the slim best ball, because there are some pretty big differences.
Yeah. Guys seem almost scrambled in this draft a little bit. Like guys are going, I guess people are just kind of getting their guys. And
I would say in the main event so far, teams have had more patience at tight end. You know, there's that kind of gap between Kyle Pitts and Hawkinson and Andrews, and then another gap to that next tier. But here they've all been kind of continuously going.
Yep. Where are you at on this tier of wide receivers?
So I think there's good options. We've been just targeting like these second year breakout guys. I was just going to say Robbie as I see him go off the board. I'm kind of also just nervous to say it. I mean, Davis is probably going to take Visca, right?
Yeah, but there's other guys. There's Judy here.
Yeah.
Sutton's here.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like
I was really eyeing Debo there.
Yeah. Judy is another one of those guys, like making all these bets on Ayuk, Claypool, Shenault, like mixing in some Judy, I think is important.
Okay. Well, I'm going to get Judy or Visca now.
Yeah.
As Davis takes Russ with the Lockett stack. All right, dude. Should we play
the ADP
I think
game?
I'm going to go Judy. I think I'm going to play the ADP game, dude.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I think you do it. And there's also, yeah.
There's also what?
Yeah, there's some other options coming out of there too.
Someone called Receive called Davis taking Russ.
Yeah, I guess what? Because in the main events, Russell's been going more 8th round. At least he did in ours.
Yeah. Russell went in the 8th round in ours. We passed on him at 802.
But I guess because of the early Allen Murray, Lamar. Yeah, I still just, based on where the ADPs are going in these FFPC drafts, I feel very comfortable drafting later round quarterbacks. Whereas last year at this time, it seemed like the elite quarterback was always like the best available pick in like round 7.
Yeah. I think it's because you have that backstop a little bit this year with the 2 rookies, with the 3 rookies, with Lawrence. And then I'm a big proponent of drafting Zach Wilson. I don't think he has the same upside as those guys, obviously, but he does give you a little more pop than you would expect given his ADP.
Yeah. Yeah, and I agree with this about the onesie positions having a higher priority in best ball over redraft. But I do think they're still a delicate balance of not overdrafting that because you are like taking a pretty big projected points hit when you're drafting, Dallas Goedert over, Tyler Lockett or whatever.
Yep. Yeah, that's why I think the tight ends really should go earlier here. Like Waller at the 108 feels like just kind of crazy value. Not even just relative to the running backs that you could take instead, but just what it allows you to not do later.
Yeah.
Like you're not having to chase. Like Logan Thomas in the 6th, like, man, that's a lot of opportunity cost.
Right. Yeah, because you're even, that 2v2 is, so if you look at that 2v2 for team 3, so if they go Travis Kelce at 1-3, and then I guess they're going running back. I think you're still going wide receiver there in that 2v2, but yeah, give me the Kelce side of that tight end 2v2.
Yep. All right. So let's look at some of these other teams because we got a number of them already have 3 to 4 running backs.
Yeah.
Are they going to stop?
I bet no. I bet Ratcliffe takes another running back. Yeah, I haven't seen. Everyone's talking about Sterling Shepard. I have definitely not seen him this early in any format.
That is crazy early. He's like a guy. He goes what in like the 13th round of underdog? Am I wrong about that?
Yeah, no, yeah. Like he's around pick 145 right now, I think.
Yeah, that's crazy. You get your guys right.
Jalen Hurts. People definitely getting their quarterbacks here.
Yeah.
I mean, I still think, I guess it's a little interesting in that compared to our main event where we were able to take 2 of the rookie upside cracks, you probably will need to ensure both your quarterbacks or one of your quarterbacks is starting right away. Will be more important in this format.
For sure. There's a kind of a reach candidate here. We'll see.
I feel like there's 2 very obvious wide receiver picks here if they're there.
I think there's 2 extremely obvious picks, but there are 2 guys that could go. Okay, so Zach Moss goes. So I will get one of the 2 obvious guys. Are we drafting in 2018? So the 2 obvious guys, I assume, for you are Laviska Shenault and Michael Gallup.
Oh, no, I was actually going to say Will Fuller.
Will Fuller's ADP is at 104. Will Fuller's ADP doesn't tend to go. I mean, he doesn't tend to get drafted till the 9th or 10th. He was the reach guy I was talking about.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. I think it would be at least worth playing to see if he could go. He doesn't go that late. Corey, are you talking about Will Fuller? I don't want to play the ADP game and lose Will Fuller, but his ADP on here in the platform says 104.
Yeah.
I've seen him go pretty late.
Yeah, I guess he's going later.
It doesn't matter. I'm taking Viska.
He was way undervalued last year. What is this that Paul said? He said, Paul, this was from timestamped 8:33. This was 4 minutes ago.
He wanted us to take Viska over Judy.
No, I know, but he said, fuck, no, highlight vid. But I mean, what's happening right now, Paul? I mean, it sucks getting sniped on Cole Beasley, but Viska is a nice consolation.
Cole Beasley in the 8th. Sterling Shepard and Cole Beasley in the 7th to 8th. What's going on?
I don't know, man. I hope mine's is juicy tomorrow.
I mean, that's not like I say what you want about the selections, but like just by ADP, like you could have gotten those guys later, I think. Don't you think, Pete?
I think so. I mean, I generally don't want to take the 4th best wide receiver who's also threatening to quit because of COVID.
Yeah, he is like a dog, though. Doesn't even have to stretch.
I will say, Pat, just looking at your team.
Oh, Will Fuller goes. Oh, David. Yeah, Davis.
Davis was going to take
I should have given Davis more credit to think that Will Fuller would never get past him.
Yeah, that's a nice. I mean, and that's again what allows Davis to take the detour there on Russell Wilson. I mean, then getting to come back and get Will Fuller in the 8th
and the Javonte detour.
Yep. Pat, love your wide receivers. Love your tight end. I'm a little worried about your running backs. I mean, only 1 through 8 rounds. Love the wide receivers. I can't say that enough. I am a little worried about your running backs.
That video is like the most perfect video of all time.
It tilts me so bad that I didn't make that video because it's incredible.
Incredible.
It's the video of the year, and Denny has it.
Yep. It like honestly took me like can Twitter just pin it? I don't want to even like pin it to mine. I don't want to quote retweet it and then pin it to mine. I want Twitter to pin it to the top of my feed.
Why won't Twitter let me pin any tweet? Why doesn't Twitter give me an edit button? Why doesn't Twitter give me a sarcasm font? Oh my God, that would be incredible.
Well, you got downvotes now, dude.
I know. I can't wait to see how that goes. I cannot wait to see how that goes. I think it's probably going to diminish the ratio, like the reply ratios, which are super fun, which kind of stinks. Yeah, but it will be really funny just to see a post with like 4 likes and 100 dislikes.
Well, they said the dislikes right now aren't going to be public.
What?
Yeah.
Then what are they for?
They're for Twitter to like know what people like.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right.
There's no buy-in on these drafts. These are influencer perks, and the winner of each 12-man league gets a ticket into the FFPC main event next year. Team 1, Crank in purple. Crack Rock would be proud. I should also mention, we're starting to get on the books some of our primetime live main event draft streams. We've been doing slow drafts now. We got the return with Crack Rock. We just booked one with Davis. Pat and I have a stretch in August where I believe we're doing 5 main event drafts in 5 days. It's going to be a stretch.
I'm looking forward to it, man.
I can't wait.
It'll be good. It'll be good. Don't worry. So I guess the thing that I'm a little nervous about here is I don't feel like this room's going to be very predictable with quarterbacks. I don't want to be taking quarterback in the 9th, but it's just like it's something that is crossing my mind of like making sure I don't end up in a spot I'm not happy with at quarterback.
Yeah, the one thing is you have so many different stack options still available with all of your guys. Mm-hmm. And one thing we talked about too, Pat, like the most attractive picks late are going to be those quarterbacks. Like if you want to shove up some of the running backs like on your draft board, because you're going to be able to get a Big Ben, a Darnold, if you want to take Teddy Bridgewater as your third QB, like whatever, like you're going to be able to get a third QB for free that even gives you a stack equity.
Yeah, and I actually do think this is a spot to take a running back.
Yeah.
There's a couple good options here that I think give you a little bit more upside than some of the guys later.
I agree. And I think you can still come back around and get a wide receiver you like in the 10th.
I think so. I'm going to take, who would you take here?
I mean, I like both Dylan and Pollard. I'm
going to take Dylan.
Yeah.
I think with this build, he gives me a little bit more of the usable weeks.
Everyone wants you to take Rojo. Haven't you guys heard? I hate Visca and Pat hates Rojo now.
Yeah, I mean, let's be objective from a upside standpoint. There's just no Fournette here is essentially what it is.
Well, isn't AJ Dillon is like a more beefed up version of what you want Rojo to be.
Right.
And like Dillon could be a full-on bell cow in the event of an Aaron Jones injury where even if Fournette goes down, even if Gio goes down, whatever, like Rojo's never going to be a 3-down workhorse.
Rojo's never going to be a 3-down workhorse. We know that. Honestly, we know like the thing I like least about Rojo now is that we like know who he is. We didn't know who he was. Like when I was pounding the table for him, we didn't know who he was. And now we do know who he is a little bit. And who he is pretty good. I mean, he was actually really good rushing the ball last year. But he will not be playing on passing downs. There will, like, the entire backfield could get COVID, and they're going to sign Duke Johnson. Like they're not going to play Ronald Jones on passing downs.
Yeah. Yes, Sean. It is PPR 1.5 points for Russell Gage, Cole Beasley, and Sterling Shepard. I was hoping you'd get that.
I was sort of clicking through my options over here. I just kind of like, you know how like, do you ever do this, Pete, where you listen, but you almost like when you take a big bite and you kind of store it in your cheeks? and then you kind of like slowly chew it and absorb it. Like I did that where I heard it and then it like didn't hit my brain until about a second later.
Oh man.
So structurally, go ahead.
These guys are cranking green harder than main event drafters.
It's wild. It's really wild. Structurally, what do you think the move is here?
Yeah, it's tough because I feel like if you had a Godwin, if you had an Adams, if you had an AJ Brown, if you had one of the Bengals wide receivers, making a pit stop here for one of those quarterbacks that are available makes sense. I still think you could. Do you have a favorite of those guys? Brady, Rodgers, Tannehill, Burrow? Like structurally, I think a quarterback does make sense here. You also can wait a little bit because Lawrence is going to be available. Like you can get Lawrence in the 11th if you want.
I think I'm going to play for Lawrence in the 11th. I don't want to take an unstacked Brady and unstacked Tannehill.
I mean, just how this would free up your rosters. I mean, Pollard's still looking pretty nice.
That's the guy I had in the queue. And then the other guy, I have a wide receiver in the queue.
Yeah.
So let's see. Ronald Jones goes, Tag takes Ronald Jones and Waddle. So that's his fourth running back. 4 running backs from the 11, 4 running backs for the 10, 4 running. So no one has 5 running backs, right? So no one's made that mistake, which is unfortunate.
Wait, you're saying no one has made the mistake of drafting 5 running backs through 9 rounds?
Yep, that's what I'm saying.
That's the nicest way to spin it as I've ever heard.
All right, so I've got Tony Pollard or Elijah Moore.
You can sit on Moore.
You think?
Yep. Okay. Maybe not. But then you also have another guy that you like.
So you think Pollard? Like if I take Pollard, does that allow me to stop at 4?
I think so. I think you grab a pass catching back as your 4th and you're good. But I am walking back. I don't think Elijah Moore will make it back. But your other boy, Bateman, I think would.
Bateman and Rondale might.
I guess we don't know with Davis. Davis could be the fly in the ointment here. I personally like Pollard here. I just think it's pretty unique to get 2 really nice 0 RB targets in a running back heavy room. But
all right, I'll go Pollard.
I think there's still going to be some wide receivers here that you like.
I got good bye weeks here. 9, 13, 7.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dylan. Dylan checked out the bye weeks for us.
Elijah Moore snap goes right after. So
yeah, but
it's all right.
Danny, dude. Danny
knows what he's doing.
Us.
Oh, Danny boy. No, that was just an old guy.
What is happening?
Oh, Danny boy.
Danny boy. I remember before you took Elijah Moore.
Back in my day, Elijah Moore was there in the 10th every time.
It is the 10th. He was there. All right. I'm the lack of yellow on this board is disturbing.
See,
right now.
Yeah, I mean, where Davis is taking Ingram, like, I think that's completely fine on this board. It's just like, that's why it's hard. I guess you're now looking at Tyreek versus Ingram versus a Waller versus your favorite wide receiver that's available. I guess it's close.
Yeah, I actually don't think Ingram's that bad there. I mean, he gets a lot of targets. I know you're not saying like he's a bad pick, but it's just more about the structure of like having to take him there. But
and I think if I do have the structure that Davis has, I'm still wanting to get another tight end in the next 2 rounds, probably, maybe 3, but
yeah. Yeah, I'd really like to be able to stop at 4 running backs, having taken.
I think you can completely stop at 4 now. I think you get a pass catching guy and you're good to go.
I like it.
Yeah, I think everyone can have their own flavor of tight end. I think that kind of just proves the point that this is such a long, flat tier here at tight end. And you also get caught playing chicken, though, if you don't have it. So you have to take a stand at some point. Otherwise, you could wait, and then that entire tier could come off the board.
Yep. And so the other thing is there are going to be wide receivers that I like here as we come back, I think. If there are, do I take them or do I wait for or do I try to take a quarterback?
So based on ADP, I think you should prioritize quarterback, and also behind you are 2 teams that don't have a quarterback either. I have to think both team 9 and 10 are very ripe to taking a quarterback. And Rodgers is kind of your last bit of cover before Trevor Lawrence.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to see. Okay, so 9. None of them have guys like Ryan's there. That guy, I guess, has Gage.
I mean, I don't want to make assumptions, but my guess is stacking isn't on Team 9's radar.
All right. There's the 5th running back, 5 through 11.
Remember when you were praising teams for showing restraint of not going 5 through 10 rounds?
Christian McCaffrey. Gotta still take 4 more. Could have another 5 running back build here.
It is the middle stretch there between
another 5
Davis. What did I say?
Davis.
I was trying to say Danny and I mixed him up. Danny, Davis, and you. That's where all the sniping's going down.
Yeah. Well, Danny seems pretty solid. I like.
Oh yeah, I like his team a lot.
Yeah, it's a good team. He's done.
It's the same structure, just different players. I guess he took the detour for quarterback and hasn't taken his 3rd running back yet.
Right. But we've made the same number of detours, really. We've made 4 detours each. It's a nice team. I hope he doesn't snipe me on one of the guys I want, because if I can get 2 wide receivers that I want and sneak them back around, but if there's only 1 guy left, then that's obviously harder.
I think you should take Lawrence here.
Okay. By ADP, Lawrence is like right at the top of the board.
Yeah.
All right, I'm up next.
Who did Davis take?
Davis.
Gus. Gerald Everett and Gus Edwards. Pat, I think you take Lawrence and then you're going to get one of those wide receivers you like coming back.
I think so. All right. Trevor, welcome to the squad.
I mean, I think that's such a nice pick there. You get the stack, you get upside, you get a guy that's going to start right away. Trevor Lawrence is also a tweener in that he can allow you to go 2 quarterbacks if you want to prioritize another one in the next couple rounds, or you can patch it together with 2 late ones really cheap. I mean, he just gives you tons of flexibility here.
He's been a 2. Whenever I take Lawrence, I'm strictly 2 because I know he's going to start every game. Despite, did you hear the Minshew quote?
No.
I don't know if this was like I said obviously it's a joke, but he said he hasn't taken a shit in weeks because he can't deal with being number 2.
Oh, Jesus. That is a good Minshew line. No, but I was just saying, like, say you get a couple insane wide receiver falls or whatever, and you want to take Sam Darnold and Roethlisberger late as like a 2-3 just because they're the best. Like you have those outs.
Agreed. But I honestly would be okay with Lawrence Darnold.
Yeah, that's completely fine.
But the thing I like about what I did earlier is that I have Robinson and I have Ayuk. So I can be a little cute with trying to get that other rookie.
Yeah. There goes Rodgers. That's solid value there.
Yeah. Rodgers technically was a stack as well, Dylan. But I feel like one of the reasons I like Dylan is that they could just ride him if Rodgers doesn't show up. So, like, part of me, I don't want to tie Dylan to Rodgers.
Right.
Especially where I got him. I got him late 9th. Like,
and you can see here, everyone prioritizing tight end in some way. The two teams that punted it, Davis and Team 9, both cranked purple there, 10 and 11. So everyone is either invested early capital or taken 2 at this point.
Yep. Let's check in on the running backs. No one else has done the 5, right? Got 2 5ers. Rodgers saved Jeff. Jeff didn't. So Jeff might be building a true hyperfragile. If he goes wide receivers from here out, it's like kind of a textbook hyperfragile.
I mean, I wouldn't say 1 and then 3 in the middle rounds is textbook hyperfragile. I would say this is more. I hate arguing the semantics of this, but isn't this quintessential hero RB?
Well, you're right. He could also go, and he could do a 5 running back build. Like if he takes one in like the 15th or whatever, it's totally fine to do that. So, but I would stop. Wouldn't you stop if you're him?
I would have never have started. I would have stopped before I drafted Leonard Fournette.
Yeah, I probably would have too, Pete. Probably would have too. All right, dude. I'm feeling.
I knew you were gonna love I can literally think of 3 running back or wide receivers.
Paused. Why is the draft paused?
Team 9 wants 3 mulligans.
This is where you call me or say pause. So Jeff did not want the Rodgers pick.
Wow. Right after I complimented it.
Trying to put his daughter to bed, and it was a accidental pick. So we are backing it up.
Convenient time to have a daughter, Jeff. I'm going to need to see a long form birth certificate on that child.
Yeah, this is some kind of conspiracy over here.
So so we're rolling this back?
Yeah, we're rolling it back. I don't think we're rolling it back like truly. I think he's going to sub in a pick from the available pool.
Gotcha. That seems like
no. Jeff says, honestly, I don't mind. It's on me. Let's roll with it. Very admirable by Jeff Ratcliffe. Commissioner says, we're back on. I actually think that's like a totally good pick.
I thought it was a good pay. I was like, wow, we were like, Rodgers fell that far.
Yeah. Frank says, wait, I have 5 kids. Is this a thing?
Start using it, Frank.
Frank, why are you not grinding the CV, man? That's a real edge.
What's the point of having kids if you're not using them for the tax credit and for rolling back fantasy football picks?
Oh, my God. Okay.
Are we back underway?
We're back, and he's taking Emmanuel Sanders, so we are back on.
Okay.
All right, dude. It's starting to feel
the
pretty
thing
good
is
about my wide receiver options.
Oh, I know. I'm just curious, actually, which one you're going to want to do, because there's a lot of your loves are here.
Yeah, I have a pretty clear target. I think for best ball, to me, there's sort of an easy one here.
Does his name rhyme with Shondell Schmores?
Yes. I think he's the best for best ball because like he has the clearest path to a major role out of the gate. He, I think, could be really efficient in that role. Spike weeks, touchdowns. Like, I think if you want like for the main event, I think Bateman's more interesting because you can just bet on him to emerge as an alpha. But I just think Rondale's going to be doing it all year.
That's a lot of
might be less predictable.
That's a lot of words to say. You prefer Rondale Moore in best ball, Pat.
That's not what I said.
It's exactly what you said.
No. That's a bit. I was saying something much more nuanced.
Yeah, there was a lot of nuance and detail in there.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Even Henry has you pegged. Pat tried to dress it up, but we all saw right.
I tried. I put a little suit on him, like
managed league. Taking Bateman here 9 times out of 10. Best ball, give me Rondale Moore.
God damn it. Trey Lance goes. Man, Danny, dude. Danny. He's a sniper.
Davis takes Henry Ruggs.
Yep. I didn't know Davis was in on Henry Ruggs.
I know he doesn't like him in manage, but loves him in best ball.
It's so good.
Rondale Moore is just going to give you more usable weeks. I don't know what to tell you.
I think I have some interesting options on this next one. This will be fun upcoming pick.
I would say you have lots of optionality.
Optionality. All right. Any more fivers?
This is like your fun thing to watch. I didn't even know this was a thing. Who's going to get to 5 running back? Are you going to give out badges to all the 5 running back drafters?
Well, it's just like, I just love it. You know, if there's teams that are at 5, like that's just through. I mean, we're getting to the point where now you could have a structurally sound team at 5, I guess, although it's a little early.
We should make ship chasing badges in Vegas and go around. What would be a good threshold?
Can we just put them on the boards? Fivers?
No. I mean, everyone will have 5 in that. We need an 8. If you hit 8 running backs, you get a ship chasing badge. Maybe a pin.
Yeah. I mean, damn. I mean, we got pretty close to 8 in ours, I think. Just because we were grinding at the end, just filling in all the back end picks with running backs.
That was a football guy's draft race. If Davis wouldn't have the stones to argue for Ruggs with $1,800 on the line. Only when he's splitting it with Gretchen Siegel, which is those have been very fun podcasts to listen to.
Yeah, I still haven't gotten to that one. I need to get to it.
It's the classic. It's very hard to live draft with co-owners when you aren't in just complete lockstep with each other.
Yeah, I think the Crack Rock draft is still like my favorite draft we've done because we like somehow were in lockstep.
It's the only time where I feel like middling what we wanted worked because I feel like we took the best parts of our strategy and the best parts of his and just melded it into a super team.
Yeah. All right. So by ADP, the top guy on the board in ADP is Justin Fields.
Yeah.
So that, to me, I think we'll have to see what Davis does because Davis will probably be pretty tempted, but he doesn't need Justin Fields because he has Wilson.
Yeah, it's tough. I would say because you have
Davis is watching.
Because you have so many other options where you feel like you can get out of this draft with just 2 quarterbacks and not including taking one here. I think if you have a guy you really like, and to me, unless I'm reading the board wrong, I feel like there's a guy I'm surprised you're not excited to take here.
No, I am excited to take. I mean, Bateman's here.
Yeah, I mean, there's 2 guys here.
Yeah, there's 2 guys. I'm going to like my pick, but
I think you take one of those wide receivers here. because you can afford to play chicken at quarterback. Not to mention, like, Fields ends up going a pretty big teardrop after these guys generally, at least in the other FFPC ADP.
Baker just went. We know that Jeff is not happy about the.
There goes Bateman.
Yeah, he's not happy with the Rodgers pick. One guy just has Cousins, desperately could use more upside, and we know that the stacking isn't like a real priority for people. Davis took Fields.
Really? I think that's fine. I would take. I think Rager's your guy.
Just went. No, Rager just went.
Danny, the sniper.
Oh.
So. Yeah. That's tough.
I don't really know what to do here.
I like, if you're looking for what I think there's a pretty. I like Paris Campbell a lot. I think he's like the end of this tier.
I go Jacoby here generally, but.
Yeah, you do love Jacoby.
I do love Jacoby. I could grab Gio here and just be done at running back.
Yeah, don't you still have a decent amount of cover with like McKissick and White? Are they gone?
Yeah. McKissick and Lindsey and White are still here.
Yeah, I don't think you need to do that pick right now. I don't know. I'd probably grab the wide receiver if you like. Or is Gabe Davis?
Yeah, Gabe Davis is here. What do you think of him?
Yeah, I like Gabe Davis. I missed him initially when I looked.
All right, I'll grab Gabe Davis.
I think Gabe Davis is right there with Rager.
Yeah, I mean the offense. We want the offense more.
I've always said, if you miss out,
Davis need a Fields there. I mean, I'm like irritated, so I feel like I want to criticize the pick, but I actually don't know that he needed to take Fields there.
He didn't. I don't really see it. I think Tua would have made more sense with Fuller.
Yeah, because he's got the upside with Wilson, so he's not like just trying to chase upside.
Just wanted to snipe you.
Yeah.
I was more bummed about Bateman and Rager going than Fields.
Yeah, I was too. I almost didn't have time to react to that because it like all kind of happened.
Aren't you podcasting with Davis tomorrow? You should.
Yeah,
you should grow. You need to. I listen to your shows with Davis. You need to push back on him more. You let him say some crazy shit.
I'll tell you what, Pete. We've been podding together very regularly, and Davis found. I wonder if that's like the reason why. Is that like how the skin?
Because you just let him say whatever.
I just let him say whatever he wants. I feel like I don't. I push back some.
You do. You're very polite about that.
They've been fun. They've been fun pods. I think if this gets back to me, I might just get a tight end here and be done.
I don't mind that.
Because the quarterback situation has become uninteresting.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I completely agree. I mean, that's what we were saying. Like, it wasn't the end of the world if you got sniped there because you have so many other options.
Yep.
Yes, Nick, I am streaming my draft tomorrow. We'll be here. The draft's at 9 tomorrow, not 8. So yes, we'll be running it back. Pros versus Joes, back-to-back nights here on Chip Chasing.
I actually like the Gabe Davis pick. It wasn't who I wanted there, but I think all in all, pretty nice.
Seriously, Henry, Pat asked me if I wanted to stream this tonight, and I was like, let's do them both. I was on vacation. I was on streaming withdrawals, and now I'm going to be streaming. I think I'm doing like 3 or 4 guest podcasts this week too. I think I'm going to be at like 15 shows this week.
That's what I did when I came back from Maine. I just like went on this tear where I was just like constantly potting.
I must make content. It's the only way I know how to survive.
All right, what do we got here? My internet's starting to crap out on me a little bit, Pete.
Oh, surprise, surprise.
Yeah, it's not great. All right, so at quarterback, I think I'm just in the. Oh, you know what else, dude? I can always do Carr.
You have lots of options. So you got,
Yeah.
I mean, you kind of can reverse engineer this now, right? As far as your positional needs, you're at one more quarterback. You could go two more quarterbacks though, if you want to keep waiting.
Oh, I'm definitely not taking a quarterback here.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I agree.
I mean, I'm not going to get sniped on Justin Fields and then take some crappy quarterback in the next round. That feels disgusting.
So what is you definitely need at least one more running back, one more tight end, one more quarterback. You're at 2, 4, 6. You probably toss in one more wide receiver too.
I'm thinking if I can get the running back that I want here, I'm going to do that.
Okay.
I
mean, you're going to have your pick of them, it looks like.
Probably, because he goes Paris Campbell. Yep, that makes sense.
And obviously, McKissick's off because of Gibson.
Oh, yeah, McKissick's obviously out.
White and Gio, the age-old dilemma.
This isn't really a dilemma to me. I think it's pretty hands down Gio.
I like both, but I definitely see the preference for Gio.
All right, grab Gio.
I think in this build, you still could grab one more running back.
Yeah, we'll see what the 18th round looks like. I'm not going to rule that out.
Have you considered this, Pat? There's some great Galaxy Brain stuff in here. Tebow for the LaVisca stack here, and also handcuffs Lawrence. I mean, the mega minds.
Yep. Davis takes White. Oh my God, Davis loves James White so much.
You should have taken James White, so he had to take Gio as payback for the field snipe.
If I preferred James, I would have very much enjoyed that if I preferred James White. So there's like kind of a situation at tight ends where you can get completely locked out of tight end 2 if you're not careful. And we're in that situation now where there's like not a ton of options left, but there are still options left.
Yeah. And I think this is kind of pacing for you to either. Yeah. Well, so you have 4 more picks, and one is for sure going to be a quarterback. One is for sure going to be a tight end. And then you have 2 more luxury picks. I think one will definitely probably be a final wide receiver. You're going to find some guys you like there. And then you do truly have a luxury pick where you can go 3 tight ends, 3 quarterbacks, or 5 running backs.
Mm-hmm.
It's if you want that badge.
I don't want the badge, Pete. I don't want that badge. I've talked too much shit to take 5 running back. I think 5 running backs would be fine here. I mean, it's a hero running back build. But when I took Pollard, it's like, all right, well, if I had taken Elijah Moore, then you definitely go 5 running backs, and you feel pretty good about that.
Yeah.
But I kind of like Pollard there because I was able to get Rondale 2 rounds later.
Yeah, that's why I love that detour. And that detour is much harder to pull off in the main event.
Mm-hmm.
But here it fell perfectly.
Yep. So who's the tight end that you like the most remaining?
Let me pull this up.
It's the ADP by tight end: Austin Hooper, Mo Alley Cox, OJ Howard, Hayden Hurst, Dan Arnold.
I think there's a tier break after Hooper. And then it's your preferred flyer stuff.
Yeah, me too. Derek Carr goes. So these guys are going to try to lock me out at quarterback. They're going to try to lock me out at tight end.
I'll say no one is purposely trying to lock you out of anything.
Well, I'm not saying they're like actually trying to lock me out, but the way they're building might lock me out.
Yeah.
I think the move is still Hooper, but if Hooper goes, I'm not going to force one of these gross tight ends.
I think if Hooper goes, you probably just lock up Darnold.
Yeah, I think I lock up Darnold. Because Darnold's pretty high up on the ADP list. Like all the guys Roethlisberger, Darnold, they're all high up on the ADP list.
I'm sure I'll jinx it, but team 5, 3 tight ends. Davis, I don't think is going to go 3 tight ends here. And then I don't think Danny's going to go 3 with Andrews and Jarwin. But it is interesting. I like OJ Howard as a tight end flyer, but over Hooper is a little aggressive for me.
I haven't been drafting OJ Howard at all. He's not practicing right now. Achilles tear.
To me, it's just a bet against
Hooper.
Oh gosh, Davis is such.
Actually, does make that pick does make sense for Davis. The Fields one, I'll give him shit about that. But
he can crank it there.
Yeah, all right, I think I'm gonna go Darnold.
I'd go Darnold.
All right, so I still have some tight ends.
Yeah, I think the way this build is now, I think you could go 3 tight ends if you want to just take a couple late darts. You have 3 more picks.
No, I'm going to go 2 tight ends. I have Darren Waller. I'm going to go 2 tight ends.
So you're going to go 5 running backs?
I mean, I could always just put it in a wide receiver.
Yeah.
Right, I've got 4 more picks. I need 1 more tight end. I guess I don't need to go 11 wide receivers. That's a little insane.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's either 3 tight ends. I mean,
Roethlisberger just went, so there's not really any more quarterbacks to take.
No, It was very smart taking Darnold there.
Yep.
I do like some of the suggestions.
Well, Zach Wilson's actually available, but what's the chat saying?
I like the Terrace suggestion.
Isn't Terrace gone? Did I miss Terrace?
I don't think so.
Where is he in the ADP then?
Is he gone? Or am I not seeing it? 14-4.
He went?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
How do we not draft one Terrace Marshall team this year and name it Terrace House?
Oh my God. We've talked about adding in a main event, Pete. That might be too much, but if it's Thursday and we are in Vegas and we do not have a Terrace Marshall, I just want you to know that we're drafting a main event and naming it Terrace House before we draft.
Yes, we have to take him in the 8th just to make sure the team name.
Make sure we get him.
That is always funny when you remember, when you draft with the home league guys and they just tip their hand with their team name. They're like, I gotta get him. I named my team 2 girls, 1 Cooper Cup. I gotta get him.
I gotta get him. All right. There's actually some wide receivers here again that I like.
Yeah.
I don't need the running back. Although I tell you what, Chuba's pretty interesting here.
Chuba fits this build nicely as a luxury running back stash.
Yeah. Because I want this to be a 2 tight end build. It's definitely 2 quarterback build. So I can go 9 and 5. What do you think about tight end? Oh, Chuba just goes.
I like Mo Alley Cox.
He whispers.
I love Mo Alley Cox. Did you see him play knockout with Carson Wentz at minicamp?
I didn't.
It was a great video.
I saw the Colts were defending him because the Falcons were saying Pitts had this incredible wingspan, the largest wingspan. They were like, don't forget about Mo Alley.
What is his, like an inch shorter or something?
I mean, he's got a big wingspan. I think Mo Alley.
Let's do it.
I think Mo Alley.
Love it. Perfect tight end to pair with Darren Waller.
Nice little purple. All right, I'm done.
Thank you, sir, for this update.
Okay, sweet. It's like a real news broadcast we've got going here.
One of our promises here at Ship Chasing is we will update you on all the latest wicks and candles in the cryptocurrency markets at 9:20 every night.
Bitcoin found some strong support at 30K once again.
I see a waxing crescent here from this Ethereum candle, a bullish flag looking for a breakout, not unlike LaVisca Chenault.
Yeah, there you go. I don't like, because I don't need the running back. I'm not sure. I mean, there's some guys, but you know who my guy is. We'll talk about him when I get to the 18th.
I know who you're taking.
Yeah, every time I'm trying to talk to you as if you aren't intimately familiar with who I want to take in every round. All right. So there's actually a wide receiver here there's a couple wide receivers here that I really like. It's like, maybe, it's one of those things where like when you do so many of these drafts, you start to really fall in love with the stories you tell yourself in like round 16, 17, and 18. So you get overconfident. And that has happened. And now I'm overconfidently excited about the wide receivers I'm about to get.
Good.
What does the chat think about two wide receivers here, or God damn it. So stupid. Resistance band. That's not what it's called. Resistance bands are what you use to work out. Resistance bands. It's just resistance. You don't call it resistance bands. Oh my God. Oh man. Deshaun Watson here for the third quarterback. Completely unnecessary with Josh Allen when you already have Baker. Okay. The wide receivers that I'm kind of excited about here, I got J-Mo in the queue. I got Diami Brown in the queue.
I like those guys.
J-Mo goes. Bob Lung. Bob Lung snipes me. Bob Lung's been sniping me all draft. Every one of his picks.
That's what happens.
I like Deshaun Jackson. I think he's pretty nice. Could be an outside wide receiver. I mean, he could be in through wide receiver set.
No one believes that you're actually taking those guys, but nice try.
I think I am. I think I'm gonna push it.
No, I'm just saying I don't believe that you're going to take some of those players.
I take those players. Those are players I take.
Not on my watch, Pat.
All right. Who do you like here, Pete?
I like Diami.
Yeah, I like Diami too.
I mean, I personally call him more like Dynamic Brown.
All right, let's do it. Zach Wilson's still on the board here. If I could have done that Elijah Moore move, gotten a Zach Wilson instead of Darnold.
All right. I'm going to write who I think Pat's taking with his last pick here. If he doesn't take this person, I'll give away a randomizer box to someone in the chat.
See, that's, but now I'm incentivized to not take the guy that I'm going to take. So that's like a little bit rude to me because now I'm going to be the bad guy if I take my guy.
Guess you have a choice to make.
That's not, oh man, come on. You're going to play it like that? Oh, damn it. Now I might have to do something else just so someone can get a randomizer box.
Or we could give away a randomizer box to ship chasing on Wednesday if you want to get your guy.
So I'm genuinely trying to think through what I should do with the final pick. Do you think, regardless of what you think I'm going to do, what would you do in this situation with the 4 running backs and already having the 9 wide receivers?
I think you're good on wide receiver. I think you're good on quarterback. I think you're good on tight end. I'm probably adding a running back.
Zach Wilson is available. He's unstacked, but...
Yeah, I'm actually surprised. I mean, you do not see Big Ben going ahead of Zach Wilson in too many drafts.
Yeah. And I feel like I don't need him. But it's like pretty nice value. There he goes. Okay. Jeff takes Zach Wilson. He recovered pretty well from that Rodgers pick he didn't want. Daniel Jones and Zach Wilson, pretty nice.
Yeah.
Like you could be okay with just those guys if Rodgers doesn't play, and then a ton of upside if he does.
If you guys don't know who Pat's taking here, you guys aren't true ship chasing fans.
Yeah, you guys aren't watching the minis. This is how you're telling yourself that you're not watching the minis.
Or any podcast you
or anything I've done since May. Remember when I was like, I'm gonna fall in love with like a new last round flyer every.
Yeah, and then you didn't. You just you're in a long committed relationship.
I'm gonna commit. I immediately proposed. I'm like that guy, like in college. It's like, yeah, dude, it's gonna be awesome. And then I get a girlfriend right away, and I never do anything. That's what I've done here.
And then you find out that she has a drinking problem.
Wait, why does she have a drinking problem?
She's not what you think she is, Pat.
Oh no! Pete, don't do that to me. The season hasn't even started. It's not even training camp yet. You can't burst my bubble.
And then you see her hot roommate, LaMichael P. Ryan.
Her roommate's just crushing it. Oh my god. All right. I'm looking at my options here. Seeing what I got.
I think Pat's started to backpedal on this one.
Well, I mean, I started backpedaling the second that you immediately knew who I was going to take and offered to give away a randomizer box if I just mixed up my exposures. I mean, at that point, like we talk about tiebreakers, the tiebreaker should be when your buddy pressures you into someone not having a randomizer box.
No unintentional puns with tiebreakers, please.
I don't even know how if I did that. All right. There's actually some guys I think pretty interesting.
I'm not seeing do we get a Tags' auto draft to close it out?
Probably his Q. Probably just said his Q.
I think pretty sure his daughter about her bedtime right now, Central Time.
I think I might shock the world here. I might shock the world, Pete.
Yeah? You feel like being Oprah tonight?
I might do it. I think I have a couple options.
You said that like 10 times.
Well, I mean, you're just sitting here waiting for me, so I am like semi-vamping.
I'm getting together a Google form right now if you don't take who's written down on this paper.
Pete, I don't think I am going to take who's written down on that paper.
Okay, then we're going to give away a randomizer box.
The other thing is that I'm actually not 100% sure you have the right name written down. I think you probably do, but you're like
if I don't have the name that we've been discussing this whole time, we don't know each other, and we need to go to counseling.
Well, there's like another guy that I'm like have become even more enamored with.
What? I do know the Changing Tides. I heard it referenced on your pod with Davis, but this would be a new love. This would be a new fling. This would be like very new.
No, this wouldn't be very new, but we'll have to see.
This is so stupid. Guys,
really
he's not taking Ramondre.
I'm not taking Ramondre. That's where I was like, are you
That's the old. There's three. There's the past is Ramondre. There's the present, who I wrote down, and there's the future.
Yeah.
And it's Javian. The future is Javian Hawkins.
The future is Javian Hawkins.
Yes.
God damn it, dude. I legitimately like just want to leave and let you draft this mono pick. Like that's the guys. I'm so demoralized.
If you're still guessing, you don't watch enough ship chasing.
Yeah, there's really not like no one should be guessing.
No, you're revealing yourself as bandwagon ship chasing fans. Just here for the Pros vs. Joes hit. You haven't been with us through thick and thin, through all these minisodes, through Pat guesting on the Sports Grid podcast. All right, I'm getting this form ready. It requires your email and what's your dog's name.
What's the dog's name for?
Because these are the randomizer boxes are for dogs.
Oh, right. They're for dogs. I forgot. You took that in stride.
What do you mean I took it in stride? I had a brilliant idea of creating a merch box for dogs. No one's doing that in this space.
That's what I mean when I say you took it in stride.
I need to get Murphy one, an influencer dog box.
I know, man. He's been asking me about it. He's really pretty excited about that little glass. Perfectly fits his tongue. Get the frisbee going. Nice frisbee throw, by the way, dude.
Dude, that one, that felt good. The one thing that Denny's not getting credit for is there was a lot of rocks down on that beach, and he was having to navigate through those because we were playing down there earlier, and I was making sure I wasn't going to, nail my toe into one, but it should have been caught. It should have been caught.
All right, Pete.
Let's see.
You know about the old love. You know about the old love. You know about the current love. You know about the future love. But you may have forgotten about a really old love.
Uh-oh. So you're not taking Ty Johnson?
Kenneth Gainwell, baby.
All right. You're getting a randomizer box. You're getting a randomizer box. Kenneth Gainwell. All right, folks. All right. I'm putting in the chat. This is only for people watching live. Fill out that form. I will spin the wheel in about 5 minutes.
All right.
Pat just won you a randomizer box. I made him turn his back. This is going to be expensive. How do I get Pat to lower his Ty Johnson exposure? I offer free giveaways when he's on the clock.
That's like some real friendship right there, man.
Yeah.
You're like trying to get my best ball portfolio in a little bit of better shape. You're using your hard-earned merch to do it. And I appreciate that.
Let's see some of these dog names. Bear, Bandit, Tech, Molly, Jax, Tabitha, Buster, Louie, Chaco, Rocky. I'm going to need to see some birth certificates on these. I'm going to need to see some callers.
Goes without saying, those are long form.
Someone wrote Perro, as if like I didn't know that Perro was dog in Spanish. Or did you just name your dog Perro? Someone says,
Frank said you still should have taken Ty. I mean, I wanted to, Frank. I really wanted to. I was excited to take Ty, but Pete strong-armed me. I'm not going to ruin the randomizer giveaway. Someone
says their dog's name is Gainwell. That would actually be a good name for a dog.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, put him in twice.
Baba Ganoush. Silas trying to get his second box. So Silas won the drawing to be a featured randomizer guest. We actually just booked it. We're going to be doing that show a week from Monday. So not tomorrow, but next Monday. And the randomizer boxes do come with raffle tickets. We're going to be raffling off some other stuff on Thursday. And I'm going to do one more guest spot drawing probably in mid-August. So if you missed out, randomizer box includes $25 on Underdog, includes raffles to being on shows. I think I should do one to come on Best Ball Breakfast as well. All right, last chance to put this in. Pat, I'm going to get my wheel set up while you do a final rundown of how you feel about your team.
I feel pretty good about the team. I think there were a couple spots where I got, where I did the game where you just kind of wait and hope you don't get burned too bad. And I don't think I did get burned too bad. I guess the weakest spot is at quarterback, where I have Trevor Lawrence. I got some upside, but not a ton. Like not that like really, really exciting upside that you get from Trey Lance or Justin Fields are obviously an elite quarterback. So that is a bit of a bummer. I think the pick that stung the most in the entire draft is actually Davis's selection of Justin Fields.
Yeah.
Both because I really could have used Justin Fields and because Davis shouldn't have done that. So, I just sort of bummed out for him. But otherwise, I think I did pretty well. I would have enjoyed a 3 quarterback build where I didn't take Pollard. I grabbed Elijah Moore, and then I grabbed that cheap Zach Wilson instead of Diami Brown. And instead I get like another running back there. Off the top of my head, maybe like Ty Johnson or something. So the 3v3 being Elijah, Zach Wilson, and I've lost my thread here.
You were trying to do a bit and then lost your
yeah,
thread.
I lost it. Yeah, I guess it's a 2v2. Elijah and Zach Wilson versus Diami Brown and Tony Pollard or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really like your team. I think it's a very nice team. I think you benefited from some rogue picks, and I think it really helped you. You don't normally in this build get AJ Dillon and Tony Pollard here. You're normally in the like Latavius, Nyheim Hines range where you're taking those, and you got like your preferred, late round running back targets in this build, which is a luxury.
Yeah. It did feel like a luxury to be able to grab Tony Pollard in the 10th here, especially the way it started out. I mean, David Montgomery in the 2nd, J.K. Dobbins at the 302. Like, people were just, like, grabbing these running backs. So, yeah. I was pretty excited to get A.J. Dillon, let alone A.J. Dillon and Tony Pollard. And that is nice. When you take the running backs there, like, you do get more flexibility again. It's one of those things where, like, now to get that 4th, you're not really sweating, because if that 4th ends up being even like Damian Williams in the 15th or 16th, or someone of that ilk, like, you're okay. You're not, and then you can always tack on the 5th like we did at the end anyway.
Yeah.
So that was the nice part about Pollard. Like I said, I think quarterback, it would have been nice maybe to get Zach Wilson if I had a stack to do it with, but it would have been nice to get Roethlisberger and Darnold, I guess, if Roethlisberger was as cheap as he should have been. But otherwise, I'm pretty happy with it. I mean, I also like the wide receivers just like full of upside.
Yeah.
A bunch of second-year guys, some rookies, like pretty excited.
Yeah, this team, very nice structure, very nice player selections, lots of room to pop off on their ADP. That's the whole thing about, when you draft these 4 second-year wide receivers rounds 5 through 8, not all of these guys are going to hit, but when they do hit, they hit in a big way to where they're, 2nd, 3rd round turn picks next year.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we're mining for guys who you look through and you're like, oh, did you grab Jerry Jeudy in the 6th or the 7th? Like that's generally how we, that's how you actually look at drafts once we hit like November. It's not like, oh yeah, Jeudy, that was a pretty nice pick, and there's like 8 other guys in this round that are also nice to have. It's like, nope, there's like 1 or 2 guys who you needed from each round.
Jay, maybe that's the After Dark special. Maybe we need to do that for the premium. They say we're too nice. This is an industry draft that Fantasy Mojo puts together. And yes, I think at the end of the day, we are too nice to say truly mean things.
Yeah, I mean, we're not here to like sauce other teams. The people from the draft want to come on and ask for sauce. I would certainly sauce them.
If If Bob Long wants to ask for sauce, I'll give him the sauce.
I mean, Bob, like if you just want sauce, we maybe give you a little sauce. I don't know. Just to say how much sauce we give. It might be a 10.
All right, before we do this drawing, so a few other housekeeping things. We'll be here tomorrow night at 9 for my Pros vs. Joes draft. I'm not expecting to have as nice of a board as Pat did. We'll be back on Wednesday for our flagship show. I think I'd like to do like a main event kind of primer, football guys primer. Now that we have 2 main events under our belt, we have a football guys under our belt. We just hopped into our 3rd main event draft with Matt from the Discord earlier. So we're starting to get our feet wet. So we're going to kind of maybe do an early draft plan there. And then Pat, we are almost completely scheduled with our main event drafts. I mean, August, we are going to be drafting like crazy.
We're going to be drafting like crazy. It's going to be a lot of fun. We got a ton of main events. I think 13 main events this year.
Yep.
So.
And we are, I think we've mentioned it in the Discord and stuff, but we are confirmed for Vegas. We will be out there. We got the ship chasing crew. We got Eric Belair, our social guy. We got Sam Hoppin. We're going to be doing a draft together. We're going to be doing a draft with Mike. And then if you guys are there, we're going to have a party on Friday night. We got to get the details situated. But if you're trying to position your drafts and you want to hang out with us, FFPC weekend, Pat and I have to take off Saturday morning. So Friday night is going to be the night we party, and Thursday, but Friday will be just for ship chasing crew. So lots of fun stuff on the horizon. August is going to be a big month for ship chasing. Let me get my tab open here. This is for a randomizer box to protect your names and to not dox your emails. I actually have your dog's names in here right now, and I will have to cross-reference it with my CSV. But here you go. Compliments of Pat. Passing on Ty Johnson, so one of you could win a randomizer box. Who has Molly? Who has Molly? That is okay. I have your email here. I don't know what your name is. I'll say that it starts with TK is what the email. I won't dox you, but TK, I will be emailing you. Congratulations. Take a victory lap in the chat if you're watching. But Molly is gonna love her dog box. Pat,
they're awesome dog boxes, dude. You picked out each one of those items specifically with the dog in mind, and you did a great job.
Exactly. Any other final things on your end, Pat?
I'm working on running back articles, running back targets. I think I might do like another kind of like sort of breakout profile article on running backs at NBC Sports Edge. So look for that. But I'll have likely either one very long article, but probably 2 articles out next week on that. And as I mentioned, Daigle, who, as we know, is nomadic and has been posting a lot of stuff about him being in the state of New York, and we're scheduled to fight on Tuesday at 2:30. So I'm not a fan of him being in New York for this. But yeah, we will be fighting. Pete will be helping to moderate, and Leone will be on that as well. We're arguing about CEH versus Gibson, what to do with the 103, and the Arizona Cardinals backfield. So check that out. It's gonna be hold me back, bro. Hold me back. All right, guys. Thank you for chilling tonight. We will see you guys tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern for another Pros vs. Joes draft.